An arm was severed. Immediately it transformed into a sky full of blood and flesh amid the blade's light. Liu Yuan, you are crazy. Fortunately, an elder by my side intervened. Gentoo was not directly killed. All right. You dare to defy me, dare to commit murder. Give me death. Liu Yuanda was furious. Once again they make a bold move. You horse. The elder was furious. Hastily defend. Liu Yuan has truly gone mad. The other elders were furious. Liu Yuan, stop it. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. You are being outrageous. Liu Yuanda was furious. Those who follow me shall live, and those who oppose me shall die. You dare to defy me. Go die, all of you. The cult elders were so angry they felt like vomiting blood. Liu Yuan is really insane. The arrogance of tone. Do you think you are the evil king himself? Kill. He has gone crazy. Quickly kill him. Gentoo Kang pressed firmly on the wound. Frantic. I will kill you first. Liu Yuan roared. A powerful spiritual energy rose up, suddenly swept away. Gentoo fell to the ground with a thud. The elder wizard does not harm others. This power is so domineering. It truly is a chance encounter. No wonder. And he may have already been affected by this power. I began to lose my mind. The most powerful bald elder present. It also broke out in a cold sweat from this terrifying power. Everyone quickly joined forces to suppress Liu Yuan. The distant building remained completely calm. Under such continuous eruptions, his physical body ultimately couldn't withstand the purity of the spiritual power. Suddenly began to emit a colorful aura. Die. Let's die together. Howl at the sky. Liu Yuan unexpectedly lunged forward. The body expands. It turns out I have to self-destruct. Not good. Bald elder. The bald elder felt a surge of fear in his heart. Yuan returns to sun. They actually want to self-destruct. Boom. Spiritual power run rampant. The underground palace collapsed. Thick smoke billowed. I don't know how long it has been. In the smoke and dust, Yuan Chong looked at the underground palace with its broken walls and severed limbs. Corpses litter the ground. I thought it was a powerful warrior from the Ziyu kingdom attacking. Rushed in to prepare for the rescue. Result, unexpectedly saw the bald elder leaning against the wall. Who did it? Where are the others? No enemies detected. Yuan Chong's face turned furious. Liu Yuanji returns to Sun Gan. The bald elder spat blood. He is really going to explode with anger. Liu Yuan. Yuan Chong was stunned. Liu Yuan has this capability. Where are the others? They all died. I'm the only one left. The bald elder paused for a moment, spitting blood while collapsing. Yuan Chong's head suddenly buzzed. They all died. At least 7 of the elders were completely wiped out. The losses are devastating. How to compete with others of the same faith? The bald elder spat blood alone. Yuan Chong stared blankly, gritted teeth and said, Stop standing there. I think I can still save it. Yuan Chong, Yuan Chong. Yuan Chong, Yuan Chong. Only then did I come to my senses. Took out a bottle of elixir. Continue to inquire about the reason. Quickly eat the elixir. Please tell me the process in detail. Look closely. Who on earth is holding firecrackers? Just now, Liu Yuan relied solely on his own strength. Let the underground palace of the Ziyu Kingdom's cult be filled with thick smoke. The ground was strewn with corpses. Did you stay at home? Kill enemies miles away. Rewarded with 10 years of cultivation. A thunderclap sounded at home. The system's voice sounded. Xuan immediately felt invigorated. The counterattack this time had good results. Received 10 years of cultivation. A surge of strength and insight emerges. Strength is gradually increasing. From Zhenjing Yi Chang, elevated to the true purity third level. Indeed, the higher the boundary, the improvement of strength is getting slower. 10 years of cultivation. Just advanced to the second small realm. Chu Xuan looked at the flashing thunder in the sky. This is a one-time burst of spiritual energy. Contains a hint of heavenly thunder power. It has a restraining effect on evil cultivators. Once ignited, explosion power, sufficient to severely injure the elite of Zhenjing. Chu Xuan understood. This is a fantasy world version of Shu Lei. He made his decision. No more cultists will come to harass me. Just give him a few cups. Qian Li Shan. Let it counterattack. Directly go to the evil king's court and detonate. After defeating the evil cult of the Ziyu kingdom, Chu Xuan felt this should work now. Quietly staying at home for a year. It's here, right? The cult of Ziyu kingdom has been severely weakened. We can't keep sending people over. In the middle of a beautiful dream, Chu Xuan sensed that Zhang Hui had triggered the seed soul mark. It seems there is a key report. Chu Xuan immediately became serious. Could it be that the evil king's court has sent strong warriors to attack? After the response, not long after, a figure appeared outside the courtyard. It is Zhang Hui. Master, what key? Chu Xuan sat in the chair. Drinking? Wajin Cha asked calmly. The soul seal can convey Chu Xuan's will, but Zhang Hui can only rely on the soul seed mark. Simple meaning transmission. Unable to communicate. Therefore, specific situation. Zhang Hui needs to clarify things face to face. Master, Yuan Chang, the deputy leader of the cult in Ziyu Kingdom, secretly allied with Lu Wang, the cult leader of the Qin Kingdom. The evil strongman plots to raid Chuzhen, targeting the powerful members of the Chu family. What surprised Chu Xuan was that Yuan Chang did not continue to look for him for their appointment. Yet still, they hold the Chu family accountable. Once the plan is successfully implemented, the Chu family will undoubtedly suffer heavy losses. At least a few virtual management or ancestral elders must be promised. Even Chu King Chion will always be in danger. Chu Xuandu was speechless. What's going on again? The Chu family must not fall into chaos. No matter what, he is also from the Chu family. Furthermore, the Chu family is really going to suffer heavy losses. It's not a good thing. It will affect his peaceful little life at home. Chu Xuan pondered for a moment. Instruct Zhang Hui. You find a way. Reveal the intelligence to the Chu family. At the same time, the goal of the cult. The timing of the actions has been revealed. The Chu family will naturally respond. Your task. It is to protect Miss Chu Yun. Do you understand? Yes. Master, Zhang Huigong finally received his due. Chu Xuan thought for a moment. Chu Yun is currently learning alchemy, definitely in need of various elixirs. So I continued to advise. You secretly collect various spiritual herbs for Chu Yun, heavenly materials and earthly treasures. It can make him optimistic. Anyway, figure it out yourself. Yes, Master. Speak. Chu Xuan took out the Great Xuan pill again. Great elixir, Xuan Sudan, and other precious elixirs. Let Zhang Hui find a way to sell it, exchanging for the elixir, to ensure Chu Yun's safety. 2 giant pythons coiled before Chu Xuan. The 2 giant pythons possessed the strength of 5 layers of alloy, although it cannot last long, but within the territory of the Qin state. Yet it can be called invincible. Wait for a moment. Approaching Chu Yun, a large python will naturally integrate into his body. One left. Just keep it to save your life. Thank you, master. Zhang Kui is very excited. There is a powerful spiritual python nearby. He doesn't have to worry about his life being in danger at all. Xu Xuan threw out another Xuan pill. Let's strive to break through the alloy. Zhang Kui left excitedly. Chu Tianming also had 1.5 feet in the alloy. However, breaking through is not easy, given his current state. A Xuan Dan was consumed. Absolutely can break through. However, Chu Xuan did not plan to give him the Xuan pill. This cheap grandpa. I never liked him. Every time I see him, it irritates me. Let's wait for Chu Yun to refine the Zhu He Dan. Chu Tianming relies on this breakthrough. Chu Yun's position in the Chu family will become unbreakable. This old man's talent isn't very impressive. Chu Xuan murmured. Otherwise, why is my father Chu Qiuyuo? No one doubted his ability to break through the alloy. Even real gold. Is the cultivation technique my father practices stronger? It can't be. If only there were such a powerful technique. I thought Chu Xuan used to be a four-stick. However, my old man won't pass it to the Chu family. Chu Xuan knows. My own father about the Chu family. Still very emotional, relying on half a piece of real gold. Can break through to alloy, and even break through to true gold. Talent is truly powerful. Xu Xuan sighed. No wonder they could dominate the Qin state in their time, regarded as the most gifted in the history of the Chu family. Quick look. The actions of this giant python next. It's simply outrageous. He actually drilled into a girl's abdomen. Just now, Xu Xuan obtained a home, the reward of 11 months. Much weaker now, almost losing its function. Xu Xuan only glanced for 2 or 3 seconds. There's a feeling of wanting to sink into it. My head feels swollen. Dizziness. The effect is very strong. Enhanced version of the spirit refining diagram, even when it reaches the edge of the world. They all have certain effects. However, at that time, I'm afraid I might get the enhanced version of the refining spirit diagram again. The low-spec version of the refinement diagram has been eliminated. For Chu Xuan, it is a useless thing, but placed in the land of Nanju. Definitely a top-tier treasure. On the other side, Chuan, Chudu. Inside the Chu mansion, Chu King is working hard to improve herself. Last time I was surrounded and attacked by a cult, narrowly escaped death. Fortunately, the timely activation of the shield saved a life. Regarding cults, he hates him to the bone. These days, he activated the Chu family's intelligence network. I have been secretly investigating the stronghold of the cult. It is necessary to eradicate the cult. He also considered seeking information from Heiyu Lu, but that black-hearted Heiyu Lu, the price for information on the cult's hideout is too high. We can only rely on the Chu family's intelligence network. Chuzhen belongs to the Chu family territory. The intelligence system is still quite robust. However, due to the lack of exploratory spiritual energy, even treasured artifacts, it is difficult to uncover the key strongholds of the cult. At this moment, a steward rushed in hurriedly. Young Master King, someone delivered a piece of intelligence. Chu King lifted her head. Who sent it? It's not the other 3 families. Nature is not the Black Moon Tower. I don't know who that person is. The manager shook his head. Chu King took a look at the information. Suddenly, his expression changed. The atmosphere surrounds us. The manager hurriedly left. Chu Qiuhai is the 4th son of Chu Tianming. Talent among siblings. It's only decent. I have only just stepped into the first level of the virtual realm. Kinger. What is it? Chu Kyuhai hurriedly arrived. Chu King handed over the intelligence, waiting for Chu Kyuhai to finish. Seriousness filled the air. Fourth uncle. How credible do you think it is? The credibility should be very high. No matter what. Must be on guard. This matter is beyond what you and I can handle. I will return to my hometown soon. Chu Kyuhai hurriedly left with the intelligence. A small village outside of Chudu, on the hillside of a small mountain. Inside a newly opened cave, Chu Yun stared gravely at the Dan furnace. Full of spiritual power, at a peculiar frequency. Shocking Dan furnace, and Chu Yun silently exclaimed, "The frequency of spiritual power in my hands changed." The alchemy furnace began to spin round and round. The lid of the cauldron opened. Inside the Dan furnace, a wisp of crimson smoke rises. The cigarette flickers. Several pills of varying sizes. Chu Yan raised her hand to catch it. 4 are wasted. There are 8 left. There are 5 ordinary Xuanden, but there are 3. It has reached the level of excellence. The elixir is smooth and round, smooth and shiny, the medicine response that does not disperse. Chu Yun is overjoyed. Silently summarized everything. The alchemy process just now. Identify the shortcomings. Next time I will improve the alchemy. There are no elixirs left on me. I need to go buy some elixirs. Keep practicing. By the time the Xuan Dan can be skillfully refined. The next step is to refine the elixir. Chu Yun just stepped outside. Suddenly saw a line. The chameleon python slithered over. A great shock filled my heart. There was no time to react. The giant python merged into his body. No, don't. Chu Yun hurriedly checked herself, discovering within the body there was an unknown power hidden within. It seems to be that big python. Opportunity. Suddenly, I saw where the giant python slithered out. There is a small storage pouch. Look around. I didn't find anyone either. Picking up the storage pouch to take a look. There are a bunch of spiritual herbs inside. Not just the spiritual herbs needed for refining the mystical elixir. There are even herbs for refining spiritual elixirs. Besides the elixir, there are still millions of spirit crystals. Chu Yun was shocked. Who gave the storage pouch to oneself? Grandfather. The likelihood is low. He had no reason to secretly give to himself, thinking of what lies hidden within oneself. That unknown force. I'm afraid it might be a senior. Discovering self-alchemy. Deliberately left the elixir to test myself. Chu Yun felt that she might have encountered a master. Holding the storage pouch, happily returned to the cave. Continue refining the elixir. Outside the cave, 2 figures hide away. You are here to protect Miss Chu Yun. I returned to the master. Zhang Qiui finished giving instructions to Dong Kaiyan. Just quietly leave. The cult is planning an attack on Chujun. Zhang Qiui, as the first vice leader, must have full control of the action plan. He wants to be the first to know. Deliver reliable intelligence to the Chu family. After all, it's important to hold on to the leg of this big shot, Chu Chuan. Cults don't care about anything anymore. Pay attention. This man has opened his heavenly eye. This means that from now on, no matter who it is, no one will be able to hide their identity in front of him. Just now, Zhang Qiui arrived at the small courtyard again. Chu Xuan listened to his report. I was slightly surprised. Chu Yun seems to have quite a talent for alchemy. In a short period of time, since we can already refine the Chuan Dan. Very good. Please continue to provide the materials needed for alchemy." Chu Xuan nodded in satisfaction. Did not kill Zhang Hui back then. It was indeed the right choice. There's a lackey who can take care of his own business. And Zhang Hui is able to become the first deputy leader of the cult. Besides strength, their abilities are certainly impressive. He handed him a bottle of Xuang Sudan. It also helps Dong Qian to enhance his strength. After all, my strength is too low, unable to handle things for oneself. For the time being, just these two lackeys doing things for themselves. There is no such thing as betrayal. Nature is better the stronger the ability. Young Master Shisen, the Chu family and the Jaya family will take the initiative together, suppressing cults, returning triumphantly. The excited voice of a servant announcing good news echoed through the courtyard. I heard the battle was incredibly intense. Lu Wang, the leader of the Qin state. Without hesitation, they used the town's treasured artifact. The servant boasts excessively, but still couldn't withstand the siege of the two great families. Ru Wang suffered heavy losses and fled. The remaining cult strongmen, almost completely annihilated. The rice-eater Chu Xuan took a big bite of rice. Thinking to myself, if we had received the information in advance, the Chu family couldn't plant the wrong cult. That would really be useless. The elder who accompanied has fallen. The town's sacred treasure was damaged. The cult of Ziyu Kingdom is on the brink of extinction. The servant continued to boast. Chu Xuan then continued to eat. That's great. In a short period of time, the cult is unlikely to cause any trouble now. You don't need to leave your home. Strategic planning, frustrating the cult's conspiracy, rewarded with the secrets of the elemental realm. The system's reward arrived suddenly. Chu Xuan was overjoyed. This also means Chu family great sage, the cult's disastrous defeat, Tianji probe elements, peering into the secrets of heaven, exploring the roots, origin of Zhai, little past life. I watched the introduction to Tianji Tanwai. Chu Xuan was shocked. This secret technique is too powerful. Can glimpse the roots and origins of living beings. Even the past life can be glimpsed. Of course, only the previous life was extraordinary. To explore the essence. Ordinary. There is no need to investigate further. Mastered the secrets of the elemental probe. It means no matter who. No one can hide their identity in front of Chu Xuan. At a glance, then you can know its origin and source. And even see their past lives. Open your eyes. Chu Xuan couldn't help but use the Tianji to probe the elements. Look at the beautiful sky. Information emerges in my mind. Tianling cat, the marvelous beasts of heaven and earth, with the power of divine beasts. I only saw a little bit. Chu Xuan felt his spirit and will wavering. A feeling of dizziness washed over, hastily ending the exploration. Tianmei Mayo has an extraordinary origin. I want to explore Yuan. It's too exhausting for the spirit and will, with her truly pure strength, cannot support at all. Only a brief piece of information was received. Chu Xuan took the elixir, restore mental spirit and will. No further exploration of the Yuan Tianling cat and Han Tian Jin Pang. Their origin. The system has been introduced. Moreover, Han Tian Jin Pang and Tianling Mayo, they are all extraordinary beings. The level is too high. With Chu Xuan's current strength, not enough to explore the source. Chu family prosperity. In a short period of time, cults cannot stir up trouble in the Qin state. Chukshuan's little days, still calm and peaceful. 1 year later, there are still half a month left. Someone Chu Xuan did not want to see has returned. Chu Xuan The third among peers, a guy who greatly admires his father, Chu Kyuyo. 2 years ago, Chu Xuen went outside. Experience, it is said they have already left the Qin state. Chu Xuen has returned. They arrived at Chu Xuan's courtyard. A look of disappointment, as if wishing for iron to become steel. 13. Look at what you've become. Do you live up to Sanshu? Chu Xuan's mouth twitched. The main reason for his average relationship with Chu Xuan. It's just that he's too naggy. Often, she would scold him as if he were iron that couldn't be forged into steel. Can't you be a little more successful? Chu Xuan was heartbroken. Uncle San and Aunt San have gone missing. Haven't you ever thought about getting stronger? Are you going to look for Uncle San and Aunt San? You are so disappointing. Chu Xuan turned over. Back to him. Chu Xuan was so angry that his hands started to shake. The person he admires the most. It is third Uncle Chu Kyuyo. And when I was very young, just learn from Chu Kyuyo. He has a lot of skills. It can be said that it was all taught by Chu Kyuyo. Seeing Chu Xuan like this, he is really about to go crazy. It up for me. Chu Xuan reached out and grabbed. Chu Xuan couldn't be bothered to pay attention to him. Not moving at all. Lao San, you are using so much strength. Want to kill me? It's great to inherit my father's legacy. Chu Xuan paused his hand. His face was filled with embarrassment. You actually see me, Chu Xuan, like this? That's not the case. I just don't want you. Just bothering me. Chu Xuan turned around to look at him. Lao San, everyone's way of life is different. This is the lifestyle I have chosen. I think it's great. This will do. Let's talk about it again. When my father was around, no one manages me like this. You. Chu Xuan pointed at him with trembling fingers. In the end, one can only sigh. Chu Xuan sat down beside him. Take out a flask of wine. Silently poured the wine. Chu Xuan glanced at him. You can tell this guy has something on his mind. But he didn't ask. Among peers, Chu Xuan's talent is the strongest. Chu Xinming certainly has high hopes for Chuking. But in my heart, he cultivates his intentions. It is known that Chu Xuan has fallen far behind. Chu Xuan can be said to be the strongest among peers. The cultivation of the approaching group. But Chu Xuan discovered that his cultivation it is not the cultivation technique of the Chu family. I don't know either. He encountered an opportunity by chance outside, practiced other techniques, or perhaps passed down from my father. Chu Xuan silently took a few sips of wine, sighed. 13. You want peaceful days without conflict. I want to live these peaceful days. Maybe it's the right choice. Chu Xuan listened quietly, muttering to myself. Shu Lao San had a look. It's time to express my final words. Could something have happened? Indeed. Before he regained his past life memories. The relationship with Chu Yuan is average. But Chu Yuan is, after all, truly cares about him. If you can help. Chu Xuan doesn't mind lending a hand. This mother and daughter are so unfortunate. Although she was a princess of the Qin kingdom, but mother was once sabotaged by Chu Kyuyo. Nowadays, the daughter was once again targeted by Chu Kyuyo. Nephew Chu Yuan called off the engagement. It's like being cursed. Just now, Chu Yuan quietly told Chu Xuan, in a few days, I have to leave soon. When will you come back? It's still an unknown. I didn't even know. Will you come back? But the matters regarding Uncle San and Aunt San, he will always pay attention. There will be news to inform Chu Xuan. Chu Yuan said. He took out a small booklet. The siblings of the Chu family, although they don't really fight much. But for you to live a stable life, this technique, you should focus on your training and hand it over to grandpa, your position in the Chu family. It will get much better. The booklet seems to be missing a part. The yellowed brochure. It is used in a way, made from special animal hide materials. It can be preserved for a very long time. This specially made beast skin material, usually used to record techniques and such, besides being able to long-term storage. It can also store mental will, the above characters. All are engraved with spiritual will, containing spiritual significance. Chu Yuan took the booklet, placed in Chu Xuan's embrace. He took out another bottle of elixir, put it in his hand. He stood up and blessed. Breakthrough to the Xuan realm soon, looking at Chu Yuan slightly, the lonely silhouette. Chu Xuan shook his head. I don't know either. What is he really worried about? Could it be a broken heart? Very likely. Pick up the booklet and open it. Took a look. It turned out to be a goblin, however, not complete. I can only be considered a half-goblin. Even so, it is indeed extraordinary. To know, the Chu family relied on half a genuine essence. It has been rooted in the kin state for thousands of years. Practicing this half-goblin technique, breaking through the hopelessness of the goblins, breaking through the true essence is indeed no problem at all, according to the records in the books. The reason why Nanju has no land. After a great battle that swept through Nanju, earth veins collapse. Rules do not refuse. Therefore unable to comprehend the earth spirit. Chu Xuan shook his head. This half-goblin, he doesn't think much of it at all. The elixir is just ordinary. The elixir needed to break through the mysterious realm. Chu Xuan also looks down on it. This is far inferior to the great Xuan Dan. Chai Yun handed this martial art technique to me. It has to be done by oneself, relying on this technique, gaining the attention of Chu Tianming. Increased status in the Chu family. You can continue. Quiet and worry-free days. You are quite thoughtful. I don't know about Chu Yuan. What is on your mind? It seems he wants to distance himself. Did we provoke a powerful enemy and need to avoid the fire? I can't figure it out. Chu Xuan didn't pay much attention either. Just let Zhang Qiui pay some attention. Just step in to help when necessary. Nonsense. The day after Chu Yuan returned, the ancestral home echoed with Chu Tianming's furious roar, Chu Xuan's deceptive tongue. The old man is about to explode with anger. His first thought, this matter is related to Chu Yuan, can make Chu Tianming so angry. It seems the situation is serious. Then let Tianmei Mayo go to the ancestral home. Let's see what exactly happened. Even if we're this far apart, Chu Xuan could sense Chu Tianming's surging momentum. Could it be that they want to kill Chu Yuan? That old man can't be that cruel, can he? Chu Tianming is about to go crazy. Chu Yuan wants to break off the engagement. His fiancée, but Princess Qin Kexu of the Qin Kingdom, the object of the broken promise. It's the Qin family again, although the Qin state was ruled by 14 families together. But the Qin family is after all the royal family of the Qin state. It's the boss, repeatedly ruining engagements. This is to tarnish the Qin family's reputation, rubbing against the ground. What angered Chu Tianming even more was that Qin Qiu's mother, it was when Sanzi Chu Qiu Yue was involved, the one who was dumped after the broken engagement. After that incident when the Chu family was in chaos, no outer armor, but instead she took in a husband as a live-in son-in-law. Now, Chu Yuan has called off the engagement. The other party won't easily let it go. Maybe not. The rivalry between the Chu and Qin families will create a rift. I don't care who you lied. You absolutely must not ruin the wedding. I will arrange for you to marry him soon." Chu Tianming roared. Chu Yuan's father, Chu Qiufeng. At this moment, cold sweat broke out. Lowering his head, he dared not look at his father. "I also feel a bit regretful. It shouldn't have been allowed for third brother from the beginning." Teaching his son, "What did you learn?" "Unexpectedly learned how to destroy a marriage." "Isn't he quite close with Qin Qiu?" "It seems like the relationship is pretty good." "Why is the wedding suddenly about to be ruined?" Chu Tianming was furious to the point of exploding. "Once the Qin family finds out about this, still not blowing up in popularity, Zai Sanzi ruined the marriage contract. As a result, my grandson broke off the engagement again. The one whose marriage was ruined. It's still the daughter of the previous victim. Absolutely ridiculous." Chu Yuan at this moment appeared calm. "I have already informed the Qin family. I have already confessed to Qi Yu. In my eyes, she is just a little sister." Puff! Chu Tianming clutched his chest, feeling a surge of energy. "I almost threw up." "You." Shivering, I pointed at Chu Yuan. For half the time, I couldn't say a word. He must be at the peak of the illusory realm. A powerful figure half-stepping into the mirror. I estimate it could make someone so angry they might burst a blood vessel. "Grandpa, father, uncle, today I am here to say goodbye. I am leaving the Chu family." Chu Yuan remained calm as ever. He knew he would face Chu Tianming's wrath, but he still wants to come back and give a notice. Chu Qiufeng's expression was complicated. This son of mine, gifted with intelligence since childhood, worshipping the third brother, result, damn, even learning to ruin weddings now. Chu Qiuchang, the eldest of the Chu family, also a complex expression. The Chu brothers have always been less prone to conflict, harmonious relationships. Since the incident with the third brother, Chu Qiuo, the customs of the Chu family, it seems to have been led astray a bit. You are not allowed to go anywhere. I will notify the Qin family to come for the wedding." The roar of Chu Tianming almost wanted to withdraw from the Chu family. As soon as the voice fell, the chief steward hurriedly walked in, a complex expression on his face. "Master, the Qin family has arrived." Chu Tianming's expression changed. "Who has come?" "Yes, Qin Peng and her daughter." "What?" Chu Tianming's expression changed. A flash of white that almost became his daughter-in-law, Qin Pengxia, bringing his daughter to seek an explanation. Talent, indeed. Chu Xuan sighed. No wonder he admires his old man. Even learning how to break off an engagement. It's so far away. Everyone could hear Chu Tianming's roar. You can imagine how angry he must be, if he is not a cultivator. I'm afraid they are so angry they might burst a blood vessel. I wonder how Chu Yuan will be, in solitary confinement, still forced to marry a woman from the Qin family. The problem is, the woman from the Qin family, willing to marry, is it all voluntary? Feudal dross. Chu Xuan shook his head and sighed. After a while, the roar of Chu Tianming echoed. "Is Chu Yuan locked up?" "Chu Yuan has returned. You should know the consequences you will face." "What kind of divine logic is this? Just because you ruined my engagement, then let you remarry Zicheng." Just now, the vast Chu residence. A figure in a red dress crossed the threshold. Qin Pengxia pressed his face close, stepping into the Chu family hall, and behind him, following a beautiful young girl. He lowered his head slightly. Uncle Chu, are you from the Chu family going to cancel the wedding? Qin Pingxi spoke up. Absolutely not. Chu Xianming firmly denied it. Whether the Chu family cancels the engagement is their business. But I, Chu Yuan, I will not fulfill this marriage contract, Chu Yuan said calmly. Shut up, Chu Tianming shouted. Grandfather, a forcefully twisted melon is not sweet. Ask Qi Yu Mei. Does she like me? I like it. A faint voice came through. Then you... Chu Yuan was in a terrible state. Did you hear that? You dare to betray Qi Yu? I'll break your legs. Chu Tianming continued to roar. No more regrets about the marriage. This sets the tone. The alliance of the four families will show signs of fracture. And the cracks began to appear. It also means four families gradually lost unity. Chu Yuan's gaze was resolute, looking at Qin Qiu. Don't let the so-called marriage contract bind you. We have only met a few times. Would he really like me? I liked you the first time I saw you, Qin Qiu said with a slightly flushed face. That's unreasonable. You have such great charm. Chu Yuan was a bit bewildered. Take a deep breath. I have someone I like now. It's impossible between you and me. If Qin Pingxi shouted in anger. Do you think I, a daughter of the Qin family, are you not worthy of the Chu family's son? Thinking of Chu Qiuyuo. He was about to go crazy. Eh? My own daughter. I was unexpectedly called off the engagement. Pingzai's niece. The matter of breaking off the engagement. It will never happen again. Lock him up for some serious reflection. Chu Tianming wore a serious expression. Instruct the head butler. Chu Yuan squinted his eyes. A flurry of hands roamed across the chest. Grandfather, uncle, I, Chu Yuan Kai, am not as talented as my third uncle. Talent is not as great as third uncles, not as strong as Uncle San. But for the will of a beloved one, I will never lose to San Shu. None of you can take me away. Chu Tianming was furious. Why don't you learn anything? Your third uncle has called off the engagement. Pull me down. Shut it down. Reflect well. Chu Yuan ignored the chief steward, but looked towards Qin Qian. Qian Meisai, you are a good person. You can find something better. Goodbye. Let everyone see clearly. Chu Yuan's possession. It turned out to be a dull hollow pearl. Then the figure swayed and disappeared. Only Chu Tianming is left as a scoundrel. But it was already a step too late. Bring the person back. Chu Tianming transforms into the roaring emperor. Chu family's third son. There isn't a good thing. Qin Pingxi had a cold expression on his face. Watching the roaring Chu Tianming, take a few deep breaths. Then he spoke again. Chu Qiuyuo's son, you drove me out of the ancestral home. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Chu Tianming's face was dark. I'll go take a look. Chu Qiuyuo's son. How outstanding can one be? As soon as the words fell, he turned around and took Qin Qian away. Chu Tianming was taken aback. I don't quite understand what he means. Shi Yi and Chu Qifeng followed behind. To avoid this woman. What is Chu Xuan going crazy about? Acting out in an extreme way. Soon, the gate of the courtyard was pushed open. Qin Pingxi brought Qin Qian, appeared in the small courtyard. Looking lazily, Chu Xuan lying in the lounge chair, the corner of her brow furrowed slightly. There is an inexplicable fire burning in my heart. You are Chu Xuan, the son of Chu Qiuyuo. Chu Xuan glanced up at him. Who are you? Qin Ping's overflowing malice, a gaze full of self-reproach, lazily opened their mouth to speak. What do you call me? Da Shan. Kin Ping was so angry that his body trembled. You and my dad are of the same generation. Not calling you Dashin. Is it necessary to call you sister? Chu Xuan stretched lazily, yawned and said, You. Kin Pingxia took a few deep breaths, looking back at Chu Kichang behind him. Chu Qifeng and another person. You Chu family. Do you want to cancel the wedding? Think about the consequences. Chu Qiu Cheng let out a bitter smile. This matter. Indeed, my Chu family is at fault. But you also saw. Everyone has fled. Can we bring Ling back? Even if forced into marriage. It's not fair to the pregnant niece either. Qin Pingxia looked at Chu Xuan. Shu Kiel Yuo betrayed me. Then let his son repay. What the heck? Chu Xuan who left for a while. Da Shen. How old are you? Everyone has a daughter now. Such thick skin. An old ox wants to eat tender grass. No wonder my father doesn't want you. You are reckless. Qin Ping's face turned ashen. A burst of energy emanated from within. The power to reach the peak through illusion. Fully revealed. Chu Qiu hurriedly dodged, blocking the way between him and Chu Xuan. Glaring back at Chu Xuan. What are you talking about? Seeing Chu Qiu Cheng being overwhelmed by the pressure, Qin Pingxia reined in his aura. Take a deep breath. Since Chu Yuan is unwilling, then let Chu Xuan marry my daughter. Can you believe it? This seemingly harmless girl. Her true identity. It can actually make the entire South Province shake 3 times. Just now, Qin Pingxia restrained his aura. Take a deep breath. Since Chu Yuan is unwilling, then let Chu Xuan marry my daughter. As soon as the words fell, Qin Qian lowered her head, blushing. So thick. As long as it looks good. What the heck? Are you so indecisive? Just now you said you liked Chu Yuan. In the blink of an eye, I just like Chu Xuan. Chu Qiu and his brother were both speechless. I disagree. Zhu Xuan raised his hand to signal that he was okay. He is also the male protagonist. What qualifications do you have to disagree? Qin Pingxia looked at her coldly. Chu Xuan said seriously, I am worthless. Your daughter will marry me. Isn't this a waste of her? A line of crows flew by. How did you turn I am worthless into these 4 words? Speaking so confidently. Where's the face? Don't you want it anymore? Marrying a useless person. How do you let your daughter meet people? Do you still want your face? Chu Xuan continued to argue seriously. You think about it. My dad dumped me. As a result, you actually let your daughter marry this useless person. How will others see it? Definitely believe. No one wants your daughter. Can only marry a useless person. And it's fine that my dad dumped you. Do you want your daughter? Bearing something unwanted. Can I only marry someone with a bad reputation? Woo-hoo-hoo. Qin Ping was so furious that his whole body trembled. Heavy breathing. I could hardly contain my anger. Practicing self-cultivation for over 20 years. Today's mood is about to be shattered. To his ears, Chu Xuan's every word. It's not that I'm saying he's worthless, but rather emphasizes. He was dumped by his father. Chu Jialao San. There isn't a single good thing. Qin Pingxia gritted his teeth and said, Chu Qiu and his brother both had cold sweat on their faces, afraid that Qin Pingxia might suddenly explode and act out with their strength, but it cannot be stopped. Chu Xuan shrugged indifferently. After all, I am not the 3rd son of the Chu family. What you said makes sense. Trash doesn't deserve my daughter, Qin Pingxi said angrily. Did you rejected the woman who came to your door? Reward the void star fire. Shu Xuan's eyes sparkled. There are rewards for this. Indeed, unintentionally, always triggers the system's random rewards. Qin Pingxie deeply glanced at Chu Xuan, turned around and walked away in silence, feeling depressed. Qin Qian blushed and glanced at Chu Xuan. The eyes were filled with a sense of regret, but could only helplessly turn around and leave. Chu Xuan furrowed her brows. Qin Qian acted like a good girl, but I don't know why. I always feel that there's something off about this woman, instantly unleashing the heavenly insight exploration technique. Qin Qian, Mother Qin Pingxie, Father Hao Fei, soul of the fox demon, dim in rebirth, in the recovery phase, externally obedient, inner fox charm, very spicy, skilled at confusion. I like handsome men. Chu Xuan took a deep breath. Soul of the fox demon, demon rebirth, once a powerful being of the land, now in the recovery stage. A well-behaved appearance, a spicy heart. This woman is not simple. Additionally, she likes handsome men. Chu Xuan touched his face. You're quite good-looking yourself. There's no need to be modest about this. No wonder. She says she likes herself. It seems the Qin state is about to undergo a change. What will be the future direction of the Qin family? The situation became unpredictable due to the arrival of Qin Qian. Is she a demon or a human? Due to limitations in strength. Unable to explore further into the courtyard. The origin of Qin Qian. For example, how she was reborn into the Qin family. What is the reason again? Demon soul rebirth. Be cautious of this girl. Although she is close to a full recovery, it will take some more time. And to restore the land, I'm afraid it will take longer. Thinking of Chu Xuan regretting the marriage. Will be resented by Qin Qian. Resented by a local spirit. It's not a good thing. Chu Xuan thought for a moment. Still decided to remind Chu Xuan. Whatever the case may be, she is truly sincere with herself. Glanced at Han Tianjin-Peng. Gave her a few instructions. Han Tianjin-Peng soared into the sky. Disappeared in the blink of an eye. With the speed of Han Tianjin-Peng. Finding Chu Xuan is not difficult. Check system rewards. Su Xinhuo, an invisible flame appeared. Void heart fire. Burning heart. Feng Nu. The void's heart fire feels like the anger of the heart. Can make a person instantly furious. And in anger, the Iron King raged. Can ignite a person's anger. Fueled by anger. Just a little bit of anger. Then it can be ignited. Once ignited, it cannot be extinguished. Chu Xuan marveled at the power of the void heart fire. And it's hard to guard against. In this world, who wouldn't be angry? I want to kill someone. Just need to slightly provoke the other party. Let the void's heart ignite. Once ignited, it cannot be extinguished. Until the Iron King erupts in fury. Murder is invisible. The uninformed person. I thought the Iron King was furious. The warrior's anger ignited his heart. Spiritual energy disorder. Lost in obsession. Defeating the Iron King is not impossible. The story of Chu Xuan. It seems to be at the Chu family. There was no big uproar. Chu Xuan knew. The two families of Chu and King have their differences. Some cracks still appear. He can imagine it. As King Qian's soul awakens. Talent unleashed. Strength advances by leaps and bounds each day. The Chu family will regret it even more. Qin Qian was not completely taken. Chu Yuan will only not come back. Otherwise, he will be at the Chu family. Definitely won't be welcomed. Chu Xinming might even directly refuse to acknowledge this grandson. Fortunately, all of this, it has nothing to do with Chu Xuan. He just wants to stay home peacefully. Qin Qian's soul is revived, so be it. unable to restore the realm in a short time. He is not threatened. The year is about to end. The rewards will surely be abundant. The realm was significant for Chukshuan. It's not far away. Nanju Wudai. It has become a consensus in the southern weak cultivation world regarding the saying about Nanju Wudai, whether in the classics or perhaps from the legends passed down since ancient times. It's all about a battle that was caused by the collapse of the earth's veins. The rules are incomplete. Inheritance of the land is missing. However, the appearance of Kim Kian, Shu Xuan knew the reason for the lack of land in Nanju. I'm afraid it's not as simple as the rumors suggest. How did Kin Kian come here? It is a local earth spirit of Nanju. For the outsider, there is too little information outside of Nanju. Even in the classics, it wasn't mentioned much. Several thoughts flashed through Chu Xuan's mind. At present, entering the realm, some ideas cannot be implemented for now. Moreover, Kin Kian, the earth demon among all beings, has appeared. Other places in Nanju. Is there a similar situation? It's just that Kin Kian is special. Chu Xuan was even more curious. Kin Kejan is a fox spirit. Why was I reborn among the human race? What is the situation of her rebirth? It is passive, still proactive, from her maintained state of the demon soul. For some reason, the possibility of active rebirth is very high. Chu Xuan thought of Qin Pengxia, this woman whose engagement was ruined by her own father. As a result, I ended up with a husband who came to live with my family, gave birth to Qin Qian. This further solidified the marriage engagement between Qin Qian and Chu Xuan. Is there any reason behind this? She got dumped. Why are you still willing to let your daughter be engaged to the Chu family? And Chu Xuan has always been taught by Chu Qiluo, can be considered a successor. Chu Xuan felt increasingly that it seems like there is some kind of conspiracy behind this. Chu Xuan called off the engagement. As a result, she ran over. Wants to marry Qin Qian. That's too casual, isn't it? The Qin family seems a bit off. Must stay steady, as long as the strength increases. What a conspiracy. Can't withstand my own punch. What kind of cult rituals are these? Getting on in years. It's really for someone like this. A young man kneels down, just because she provoked the male lead. Just now, the injured leader of the cult from Zhu Kingdom, Huquan, looking at the aging figure before me, hunched over. Kunwu with one foot in the grave. Chen Sheng Dao, Kunwu brother, your time is coming to an end. After this matter is completed, the complete blood spirit pearl will be offered with both hands, enough to extend brother Kunwu's life by 10 years. Increase the opportunity for breakthroughs. Kunwu stared at Huquan, ready to act. The voice hoarsely questioned Huquan. Just kill a few members of the Chu family. You are willing to offer the blood spirit pearl. Are you really willing to let go? The blood spirit pearl is made from the essence of countless warriors' blood, crafted using secret techniques. It is one of the treasures of the evil cultivators. The method for refining the blood spirit pearl, only held in the hands of the evil king's court. This is also the reason why there are many strong individuals in the evil king court. Kunwu's cultivation has reached the peak of the void realm. He is an established, strong practitioner of the void realm. Unfortunately, I am unable to break through the harmonization realm. The end of a lifespan approaches. I am Huquan. I ended up in such a situation because of my cult, the source of everything. It is all about the Chu family of the Qin state. I can't swallow this anger. Huquan shouted angrily. Years of planning by the cult was destroyed in an instant. I was seriously injured myself. Yuan Chan Yu's remaining 3 elders. The cult of Siu Kingdom is on the brink of destruction, and all beginnings. They were all spies extracted from the Chu family. The crackdown on the cult in Chujan begins. After the training,